Hi guys, we are the Sub-Auteurs. I'm Andra.
I'm Mai.
I'm Misha.
There, kaya pala nagsabay kayo kanina kasi si Misha may lag.
I'm
Wow,
sorry.
porket
Yes.
ikaw yung hindi naglag today.
Don't call it, don't attract it, don't attract
Yabang
it.
eh.
Don't attract
Grabe,
it.
laglagan na pala eh.
Wow, so funny. So fresh and so fast, so refreshed coming from your 2-month vacation. Thank you for the
Oh my
pasalubongs,
God.
by the way.
Thank
You're
you.
always welcome, guys.
Welcome back. It's Sakto. We have a blockbuster movie. Blockbuster, but if it's only on streaming.
Yeah, they were the number one movie for 8 days, apparently.
Yes, and today we will be talking about The Gray Man. Thank you again, Netflix PH, for sending us all the goodies.
Yay, thank you, Isa and AdPubHub.
Yes, because nothing in this world is black and white. We are watching, or we have watched The Gray Man. Ang corny nun, pero I'm still rolling with it.
Wow!
I am rolling with
I
it.
know! Oh my God!
Wow, right? Okay, Misha, can you run us through what the movie is about?
Since you're in gray anyway, you're the gray man today.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, The Gray Man. The Gray Man is about Ryan Gosling, who plays a covert operative for the CIA called Sierra 6. He was recruited straight out of prison 20 years ago to be an assassin, the kind of guy that they send in when the US needs plausible deniability. One day, he's sent in on an assignment to assassinate an enemy agent who turns out to be a fellow Sierra agent.
Dun, dun,
So-
dun.
So, like, now Ryan Gosling has to figure out why somebody wants the Sierra agents dead, and he doesn't know who he can trust. So the first guy he calls up is his old recruiter / boss, Billy Bob Thornton. And at the same time, his partner, played by Ana de Armas, who we already saw in this kind of role in No Time to Die, she is trying to figure out whether or not she can trust her old partner as he goes on the run. At the same time, Bridgerton decides to send
Yes!
Captain America
Yes!
after Ryan
Bridgerton.
Gosling.
So,
Fine, let's do this
Bridgerton.
again. Fine, let's make it easy for you, okay?
oh God.
This movie is your typical agent on the run, double-crossed by the agency that they serve, and there's explosions, gunfights, vehicular chases, and double crosses all over the place. Yeah, I mean it's nothing we haven't seen before, but it's rarely been done with so many pretty people.
Yes.
That is very true.
that is actually one
Yeah.
of my first thoughts. It's like, yes, it is a lot like many of the action movies we've seen, but with
Yep.
all these beautiful people just put together,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that often that this happens. The baddest guy is hot. The
Mhm.
lead guy is hot. His sidekick is hot.
Yep.
Even
yep.
bad,
His-
even
the
bad
villain,
sidekick is
the
hot.
other villain is hot. Like, thank you, Netflix.
I mean, like,
so
dude,
much.
Well, they
Jessica
spent their money
Henwick.
well.
Jessica
Yes.
Henwick looks
Oh,
so good in this
man.
movie.
Jessica
They all
Henwick is
do.
I
great.
was like, what?
It was
I
so
was-
weird when she and Bridgerton were speaking American at each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And finally, Reggae John Page. I can properly thirst on him because he is actually in this movie.
Can I-
As opposed to the Bridgerton episode where he wasn't even there and we still thirsted.
Wait, can I just
Yes.
say that? Okay, I'm gonna
Even
be
Misha
crucified.
thirsted.
No, I'm gonna be crucified for this. I'm just gonna say he's not as good looking without the accent, without the British accent.
That's
Ooh, what does Mai have to
true.
say? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
yes. Ah,
But
okay.
he's in a suit.
I guess.
And the
and-
suit is equivalent to a British accent.
No, but he did play kind of a douchebag in Bridgerton, but he was like a bad guy here. So the appeal didn't
Oh.
decrease for me.
I thought you liked him better without the suit.
Wow, that's a long pause.
I know.
She's thinking hard. She's thinking hard. Oh
You-
my
She
god.
is.
You
You saw-
even had to say hard that way.
I know. You saw
Why?
the
Like-
wheels turning in her head.
You know, because we know you as somebody so quick-witted,
Nag-malfunction
but then
yung brain ko ng slide.
yeah, we know you as somebody's
Error.
pretty quick on her toes, but then this time at that question, parang literally I saw your eyes kind of roll because you were having a hard time.
I'm sorry, Reggae John Page. I love you.
It's all good. So yeah, Bridgerton wants the Notebook dead. He hires Captain America. He hires Captain America to do it.
Ah.
And No Time to Die blonde needs to figure out whether or not which one of these guys she can trust.
She wasn't blonde in No Time to Die.
No, but she's blonde in Blonde.
Oh, right.
That's
okay.
true.
You meant blonde. Oh, two
No
separate
Time to
movies.
Die
Okay.
/ blonde.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I thought you
I get
used
it,
it
I
as
get
an
it.
adjective.
I'm sorry. But
She had more
yes.
clothes on this one than No Time to Die.
Okay, now you're disappointed.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, that suit when she came in, when she appeared the first time, I was like, wow, she looks so good.
Yeah, she looks so good. And this is the amount of Ana de Armas we wanted on No Time to Die.
Yes.
So this also
Yes.
satisfied us in that regard.
That's
Because she's
true.
just so charming.
She really is.
Although I would argue she was more charming in No Time to Die because she was supposedly a rookie, but here she was more badass.
Yes. And remember, the last time she went up against Captain America, it was Knives Out.
Right.
Ah, that was a good movie. That was a fun movie,
Yes,
but
that was a fun movie.
and James Bond was there too.
Oh my God, yes, he was.
We're not talking about James Bond. We're talking about the Gray Man.
Okay, back to the Gray
Okay.
Man. Thoughts.
Honestly,
Not thirsty thoughts. Not
okay,
thirsty.
fine,
Damn
fine,
it.
fine.
Okay.
No, but
I
Mai's
have no
right.
thoughts anymore.
Mai's right. This isn't something that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, secret agents getting double crossed by their governments and going on the run to prove their innocence. Tom Cruise literally has done 6 movies in a row with just that theme.
With 2 franchises, by the way. Jack
Mhm.
Reacher was also kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
And it's,
So,
still
it
the
can-
same.
It could be done well. I mean, that's all I'm saying. If it's done well, I don't mind that Tom Cruise did 6 in a row like that.
I just think that I don't think this wasn't done well. It's just that there's nothing new anymore. It's just the name. Because we've seen what's his face? What's his last name? Oh my god.
Hunt.
Ethan Hunt. There you go. We've seen Ethan Hunt in 6 movies in this. We've seen Jack Reacher. We've seen Jason Bourne. You know, James Bond does not count. He's too glamorous for this thing. You know, I mean,
Except the last one. He's pretty
this is
rough around the edges.
But yes, this is
True.
the other action hero
Yeah,
based
yeah.
on books turned into a movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the thing about Spies being disavowed and having to go on the run and, blowing up half of Europe to prove their innocence. I mean, I
It's fun
get
watching
it.
that, though.
It's an old trope. What I'm not crazy about is how it's being executed now in this age of like Fast and Furious movies where everybody's freaking invincible, nobody really gets hurt, and you can be stabbed 8 times and you still have enough fight in you for a finale. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just,
an EpiPen
there's
helps.
no tension. Everything is just there,
Mm.
It's like watching a cartoon because it doesn't matter
Yeah.
if they fall off a building or they crash a car. They're just gonna get right back up, and
Mhm.
all their scars are like strategically placed to make them look as attractive as possible.
Yes.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. I just missed when they were real stakes and real stunts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As predictable as it is, at the very least, it wasn't boring or annoying. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
but
I'll give you
it's
that.
It's not bad, but it's not amazing or groundbreaking either. So it's just like I think it's worthy of an afternoon or evening of your time if you have nothing to do. You want to shut off your brain and just
I'll give it
watch pretty people punch and blow each other up.
That is true.
Yes. I am of the same sentiment. I mean, it was fun. I did have fun with it.
Yeah. I did have fun too.
I know you did. How many reasons? How many reasons?
Can I just say that I had fun when they got to Prague because I've spent a couple of summers in Prague and it was
Wow.
just
What a
fun.
flex.
It was just fun seeing some of the locations they used, like the Opera House and the cobblestone streets, and it was just. I'm amazed. I didn't know that they were able to go over there during the pandemic and do their shooting and blow
isn't-
stuff up in the city streets.
Isn't filmmaking like a source of income for the economy of Prague?
Yeah, they have
You know.
like one of the oldest film industries in Europe, actually. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just cool that they were able to pull it off. They were able to do
Yeah.
that. And I also have to say that it was fun seeing Captain America being evil, even if he was just basically
Yes.
being himself from Scott
Yes.
Pilgrim.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. I mean, this is the most fun I've seen Chris Evans in a while.
Yes.
Yes. Because he's been Captain America for 10 years, and
Yep.
it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to see him outside of that role now, except in Knives Out. But in this one, you could clearly see that he was just having a blast playing. What's his name?
Porn stash.
Porn stash.
I'll call him Porn Stash. Okay.
No,
I mean,
Lloyd. Call him
Lloyd.
Porn stash.
Lloyd.
His
Porn
name
stash.
was
Okay.
Lloyd. But yes,
it
he
was
did
here
have a
that
porn
you could-
stash.
Yeah. He gets called out for his porn stash by CR6 or Kendall. But he was just the breath of fresh air in this type of movie. For this particular movie, in this type of genre.
Yeah, that's where I see him kind of stick out like a sore thumb. And I don't know if it's in a bad way, but out of all of the actors there, and probably at some points also Ana de Armas, he looked like he was having so much fun while everybody else was just like in
That's right.
serious mode and like, I'm a CIA agent. But then you have Chris Evans just like having such fun playing a big douchebag. And he's one of Hollywood's nicest guys. I mean,
Yes.
when he accidentally leaked his own nudes, people were like, no, protect him, don't view it, blah, blah, blah. It's like he's that nice that people wanted to even like protect him from that. So it's like, it's a huge difference from how we've seen him, like Anjo said, in the past 10 years. Kind of like Scott Pilgrim character, but even more exposure this time and the pornier stash.
I think that he's trying to do what Daniel Radcliffe did after Harry Potter. He's trying to spread his wings and show that he's got range. That's like even in Knives Out, he was the bad guy. Spoiler alert.
Mhm.
But I think it's interesting that he's trying to do something different. I agree with you. He's absolutely not Captain America in this movie. He's more like Homelander, I guess, where
Oh my god, I love
where,
him.
like the ends justify the means. And
Actually, I don't think honestly, I don't even think he had ends. He just really looked like he was having fun killing people, blowing
pulling
stuff
off Billy Bob
up,
Thornton's
Yeah.
fingernails.
Yeah, that kind of bothered
part
me a
made me
lot.
cringe.
It's like,
Mhm.
what?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't surprised by any of the twists in this movie. There were no twists to be had.
No.
It was very linear.
No. It's
And
Yeah.
I think
it was very plot driven.
and I think it's also interesting that Anthony and Joe Russo, who directed some of the biggest MCU entries like Civil War, Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame, they directed this film. And it's also interesting. I think they're also trying to stretch their wings, stretch their muscles to show off what they can do. Same as Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans, because Hemsworth was actually in their last movie, Extraction.
Evans.
Hemsworth was in their last movie, Extraction, which was also on Netflix. It was also a balls-to-the-wall action movie where one guy has to basically kill his way across India to protect someone. And here we have Chris Evans basically torching half of Europe just to catch, a former Mickey Mouse Club member. So it's interesting to see their different career paths.
You've given Ryan Gosling so many different names in the span of a few minutes.
The
and
Notebook and former Mickey Mouse Club
Yeah.
members. A mouthful, but it's still a nickname. Wait, are you going to call him out for being in Are You Afraid of the Dark also?
He was also young Hercules at some point, where he was young Kevin Sorbo in the 90s.
Oh my God.
And La La Land.
And La La Land, that's right.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
but what's more surprising to me is that Netflix actually put out a lot of money, because right now I think this is the most expensive production they've had. More than
marketing
20.
Yeah,
pa lang.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
It's everywhere. And
Yeah.
apparently, like for some influencers, they've experienced even like getting on a train, like on top of a train for like promo stuff.
I think in the States.
In the States,
they actually, I think in the States, I think they also had a limited theatrical release for this.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very limited. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But it's just like, like $200+ million for this thing. I could understand why they would market the hell out of this movie.
Honestly, it was crazy because like they've got ads on public transport. They've got ads on like billboards. They've
billboards.
they've got emoji. They've got activations. They really wanted people to get into this one. And not for anything, I actually had more fun with this than Red Notice. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Miles.
This is so
Yes.
much better than Red
Miles.
Notice.
Yeah.
Miles
At least the
better.
people in this
Same
movie
here.
are playing characters. I'm not saying they're all good characters, but at least they're playing characters. In Red Notice, everybody in that movie was playing themselves.
playing
Yes,
themselves.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And as
And then-
as we say that this is predictable, Red Notice was predictable in an annoying way.
Yeah.
But this one is just like, okay, yeah, run-of-the-mill action movie. But you accept it just because, yes, the explosions are cool. The action sequences are pretty badass too. So it's just so many steps above Red Notice, which also tried to be funny, but it's not. That's the worst part for me. They tried to be funny, but it's just not
Can
funny.
we talk about the funny
I
in
think
this
Red
one,
Notice
though?
is more of a funny movie that tries to be an action movie, and then this one's an action movie that has actual humor.
No, but now I
Because I think this is the one thing that actually stands out in this movie for me is how the Russo brothers wrote the characters in such a way that they actually have good humor. Because I think they've balanced it out with the experience that they've done to balance out an action movie with humor. Because we can see how dry the humor of Sierra 6 is, and then you have freaking Porn Stash Lloyd with his not so subtle douchebag humor,
I
right?
guess. I
Yeah,
guess.
so that's exactly why Red Notice failed, because it wanted to be funny, but like you said, it's a comedy movie trying to be an action movie, but it failed in its core as a comedy movie because it was just not funny at all.
Mm.
I have to
Yeah.
say something that might be controversial, but I'm not sure. But I did not feel that Ryan Gosling and Ana de Armas had the right chemistry for the roles they were playing, because she was
Mm.
being like a gung-ho CIA agent and he was trying to be all wry and cynical. Like
aloof.
every other expression out of him was just a groan. Like he'd get stabbed, groan. He get shot, groan. She'd sedate him, groan.
If you get stabbed, what are you supposed to
No,
sound
but
like
they were
when you
trying
get
to
stabbed?
show they were
Are you
trying to
getting-
show that he's so above this shit that he's aloof. Because it's just Thursday for me,
Mm.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, okay,
Well,
fine. Because he shares
It's more-
sex.
It's more of how the character was written than a flaw of the actors, I think.
Yeah, I guess
Could be. It could be. There are many things during workshop that we don't see. So,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess,
true.
but the whole
guess
odd
they
couple
probably-
dynamic of those two didn't work for me. Because also it was weird because they said that they'd been partners for a while. So why would he not know that? Why would she not think that he was used to tossing empty guns?
Wait, didn't she say that she only met him at that first mission that they
No.
were on?
No, Bridgerton
they're
said
not
that they
partners.
were partners.
Yeah, they were partners during that
But-
mission, but not for a long
No,
time.
but the thing is, I don't think they're partners. They probably work together because Sierra 6 is an asset, not an agent. And assets are the ones who are handled by agents to do the dirty work.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm. But there's some parts of their chemistry that work, like that tossing an unloaded gun. That was kind of funny.
Okay, I also want to point out somebody I also enjoyed. Like, I did not understand his motivations. Like we said, it's not that deep of a movie, so we barely understand any of their motivations. But I really enjoyed the Tamil assassin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
See-
get that.
Si Danu, played by Danush. I hope I'm
Yeah.
saying his name right.
I mean,
but-
look, he was cool and all. He
Yeah.
had good moves.
he had a fancy suit and I liked it. He was
Mhm.
actually, besides porn stash Chris Evans, was the only real threat to them.
Right.
Because
right.
throughout probably 80% of the movie, you do not feel like their life is threatened at all.
That is
it's
true.
like,
That
They're
is
just
true.
so damn good that they just breeze through everything, even though getting thrown around a couple of times or shot, but whatever. But with this guy, he actually put up a fight against both of them at the same time.
You could even argue that he could have beaten the both of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
really
right?
did.
pretty cool. But
He
I
beat the crap out of
I
them
guess
at the same
we can
time.
say that his character motivation is money, I guess.
It's money, but it's kind of funny.
It is. But then at the end of the day, he was motivated by money. But then later on, spoiler alert. I guess we can get to spoilers at this point. There we go, stinger. So he's in it for the money, right? So he, beats the shit out of the Notebook.
$50 million.
And, Bond
$50
girl.
million.
Yeah, but he's doing it in the money in the first place. But then towards the end, when he's fighting Ana de Armas over that amulet drive thing, he ends up giving it to her
drive.
out. Yeah, he ends up giving it to her out of moral compass because these are not honorable people. But then you get into it for money. I don't know.
It's such a cop-out, right?
Yeah, they're not honorable people. You beat up a whole bunch of cops in front of a hospital.
Dude, you kill people for money.
Parang, what is your moral ground, dude?
Yeah.
But he's
I don't
cool,
know.
so I don't know. I forgive it. He has a fancy suit. I like his suit, so I don't know. I enjoyed him.
Since we're talking about things that stood out to us in this movie, I just wanted to talk about for a little bit, that small role that Wagner Moura, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Wagner Moura had, because I couldn't recognize him at all. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's Pablo Escobar from Narcos.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just
and
weird.
Who was he in the movie?
He was this weird this forgery
Who's
guy.
also a hacker.
Who's also a hacker, who captures or traps Sierra 6. And I couldn't understand why they had to give him a headpiece to make his forehead bigger. That's why I remembered him, is because why does he look like an alien with this weird forehead and hair? It really just stuck, it stuck out like a sore thumb to me. I mean, why would you put prosthetics for that reason?
I have no idea, but, I was just wondering, so this guy's like a one-stop shop for all spies who are on the run from their bosses. He can give you a new passport. He can hack into any computer network. Oh, and just in case there's a bounty on your head, he can also Jabba the Hutt you into a trap door. So, it's like all in one. So by the time Captain America shows up, puts 3 bullets in his chest, you're like, he had it coming.
He's the, sulit sueldo sale of secret agents, I guess. One-stop shop. I don't know.
You have gone online shopping way too much, Ando, and it's showing.
Oh, well. What am I supposed to do? Misha left us for 2 months.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I also... who else did I enjoy? Obviously, Jessica Henwick. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Looks so good as a CIA boss lady.
Even if most of her role was just yelling at Chris Evans.
I'm not complaining. Although it's a more neurotic version of her that I haven't seen before. Like she would get all up on Chris Evans and like trying to tell him off for doing all the crazy shit that he does without her permission because supposedly she's the boss. But I kind of wanted her character to succeed at some point.
I thought she would.
I thought she would, but it wasn't as satisfying as I hoped it would be because it was getting there when in the end, after the big face off, she strikes a deal with 6 and says like, okay, I'm gonna save the girl, whatever. And we haven't even gotten to the whole Billy Bob and his niece angle yet. Anyway,
she has a heart condition.
We'll get to that later. But Jessica Henwick, I hoped her character would just like one up Regé Jean Page's character even more than how that she ended up.
There was no one-uppance that occurred.
Yeah, I mean, they were establishing that, okay, these two work together and they have a rivalry, but at the same time, nobody really won. But they were building up this tension. And obviously, we were rooting for Jessica Henwick's character, but then 6 got away from both of them. It's like, nobody won.
Well,
all she got was like a nice comeback for the last lines they had.
I just think it was hilarious that Jean Page and Chris Evans and Henwick, like, we get it. You all went to Harvard together. Stop saying it. God damn it.
But it's being so true to character. They're being true to the character. Of course, you're going to know they're from Harvard.
No, I was going to say, they're just like real people from Harvard. They just will not stop reminding you.
Who always leverage the fact that they are from Harvard.
They will never stop reminding you.
that's true though.
Oh my god!
But
this movie.
seriously, I mean, this movie, you're absolutely right. This is the perfect way to kill a Saturday afternoon if you have a couple of hours just to shut your brain off, because you cannot take this stuff seriously. Even if
No.
everyone is trying, everyone besides Chris Evans is trying to take it seriously, you as the viewer, you just can't. I mean,
Yeah.
it's somewhere between John Wick's crazy pace and body count and the cartoon physics of the Fast and the Furious movies. Here, you know that Ryan Gosling is going to get out in one piece. You know that Chris Evans is going to do something evil and ridiculous. You know that Anna de Armas is going to be there just in the nick of time for Ryan Gosling to jump onto a moving vehicle. And you're not really scared for them, but it is fun to see what ridiculous thing happens next.
Yeah, I mean, it's a super spy movie. You obviously know that they're gonna live. I mean, okay, so considering that this movie is an action movie, though, and that we know that Netflix spent a ton of money, what did you guys think of the stunts and the action sequences?
They were
I know Misha's
cool.
picky about this.
Well, is it just me or there have been a lot of train fight sequences in a lot of action movies, but in recent years, somehow the trains have always been highlighted. It's always been a highlight for recent movies, and I don't know why, but they're always cool. I mean, Shang-Chi had a cool one. This one had a cool one. Bullet Train was set in the entire train, so wala lang. I'm seeing a lot of trains lately.
I mean,
Observation lang.
imagine a fight scene on a train in the Philippines. Walang gagalaw.
Yeah, and they got to line up for 90 minutes before they get up there for their fight.
90 minutes is a blessing, dude.
Good
Ay,
Lord.
nako. Oo, hindi kayo gagalaw. Parang wala siyang thrill kasi ang bagal din ng MRT.
Yeah. Oh well. I don't know. What did you think, Misha, about the stunts in this movie? Action sequences.
I think, what I said earlier. I mean, I would prefer if it was real people doing real stunts, or at least if it was shot in a way that I could understand and, that would make sense to give you an idea of the geography of everything. But it's not as off-putting as some other examples I've seen. I like that they tried different things. I wish they didn't try so many times to put a camera on a drone. That really pissed me off at some point.
Right.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Just
like
that
the first
once.
6 times.
Like the first 2 or 3 times even.
I like that the Russos are trying to do something different. Part of me is thinking maybe because they are sick of all the green screen that they had to use to do the Marvel movies, so they just really wanted to get out there and see how far they could push their explosions and their fancy camera moves and all that stuff, where they were in control, not the CGI artists. So I get that, but this thing is edited within an inch of its life, so sometimes it is kind of hard to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, like some of the camera work, especially when the drones came in, was just a bit, I don't know, off-putting just because it throws you off.
it was
You see something with...
it was showy. It was definitely showy.
Yeah.
But I think that fits in with the universe and with the style of the film. So it's not
Right.
entirely to my taste, but again, I think it all comes together a lot better than, say, something like Red Notice.
So that's a good point. I mean, it's a pretty good point.
At least for the world they're in,
It makes sense.
yeah, it does make sense.
All I can say is, ang galing ng drone operator niya.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Give that
But then-
guy a raise,
I
man.
know, right?
He's
I mean,
so
it's so
good.
on point, it's so accurate, but
Yeah, out of all the bajillion drone shots, I think the hospital one was the most impressive for
oh
me.
my god.
Because it parang, okay, fine, you do cool drone shots during outdoor action sequences, but this one was like indoors with tons of people inside.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's
oh my
insane.
God.
Imagine how much trust you would put in that camera operator and that drone operator, because you're going to take care of so many people. Because imagine fucking up with that shot and hitting people, not let alone the stars of the movie.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get fired if you do that.
Yeah, so he did a great job. Or we don't know if there were takes that happened, but hopefully it didn't.
I mean, like, excessive as I thought it was, the drone shots, the one I actually liked came at the very end when they raided Captain America's villa. and the drone actually goes in through the window, and it goes up the staircase where Chris Evans is running across it,
Oh,
and it
yeah,
goes
that
around the
one too.
corner into a doorway, and it follows him
Yeah.
into
Oh,
the
yeah.
doorway. So that
That's
was kind of
actually-
neat.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool how they were able to work in drone shots like that now in these movies to actually, kind of evolve these one-shot action sequences.
Which is fine with me. It enhances the action. But sometimes
Exactly.
if it's just an establishing shot of Berlin, like maybe I don't need it there.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not.
I-
We don't need to show. It's not like you're revealing Mordor. You don't need a crazy ass flying shot to establish just a static city. You know.
Like- Yeah. It also kind of helps that they have supers over the locations. So, right? So that's a bit redundant and unnecessary.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Just
Yeah,
a little bit. I mean, the movie does play fast and loose with geography. Like, cities in Europe aren't that close together. Fine, we get that, but compression of geography happens all the time in action movies or movies in general. So, this is not the kind of movie that you want to overthink. It's not the kind of movie that you really should be taking seriously. You're just here to watch pretty people shooting at each other. And if you go in with that expectation, I think you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, like, I did.
I did.
I really was not expecting much from this movie, but I did kind of find it surprising that I actually enjoyed it at some point.
Mhm.
I kind of like that one big fight in Prague when he was handcuffed to a
To a
Yeah.
bench.
to a
In front
bench
of the-
and people.
In front of the opera house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not getting hit despite being attacked in multiple angles.
Yeah,
Amazing.
dude, it's just mind-boggling how
He had cops on one side, mercenaries on the other side.
dude.
Yep.
The freaking Porkstash Lloyd, Chris Evans, had 3 freaking squads on him. Not
But
to mention the
no.
cops in Prague. So that's 4 forces. He's fighting off while handcuffed to a bench.
And then
I mean,
his escape plan was getting on a tram. I'm going to tell you right now, those things are not that fast.
maybe explains why he can run like a superhuman on top of it and land into Ana de Armas' car. I don't know, but it's fun.
Oh.
It's not as serious
Also-
At least I don't have to bear with him running like Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah, he
with a
runs
straight
better,
with
at
a
least.
straight back.
Yeah.
Straight
No,
back
but-
running.
But it's also hilarious to me that these trams are electric, but that when that thing exploded, it looked like every single car was loaded with gasoline.
Huh.
Budget.
I know.
Budget. Ka-ching,
I mean,
ka-ching.
$200 million, man,
Amazing.
for a movie.
And apparently, since the reception has been good, at least from their subscriber base, it looks like that this movie is going to get both a sequel and a prequel.
Yay, more pretty people!
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one way for Netflix to latch onto a franchise. Amazon has Jack Ryan and Jack Reacher. They have 2 Jacks.
That's true.
And then, Netflix does not have their own super spy. So I guess Sierra 6 is their answer to that.
Is the little girl gonna be in the sequel, and is she gonna be awkwardly growing up as a teenager now, or the usual problem we have with sequels and young actors?
Children. Like that little girl, like that little clone girl in Jurassic World.
Or literally every
Oh.
child in Shazam.
But come on, give her a break. She has a heart condition, guys.
Yes,
Give
this
her
one
a
has
break.
a heart
Yeah, she does.
condition.
And,
Yeah.
And she
well,
likes vinyl records.
Yeah, she's cool. I liked her. Again, I am one who is often annoyed by teenage or child characters, but she was not annoying here. She was very charming, actually. She was tough enough to be able to have a nice back and forth with the 6. And I honestly feel that she has better chemistry with Ryan Gosling in terms of their character relationship than Ana de Armas did. Because at least they had like witty banter at some point.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I also
And
agree.
yeah, that I understood more. Like, okay, fine, this niece thing, I'm loyal to my boss and I need to protect him and his niece at all costs. Like that, this is my only emotional connection in the entire world.
Yeah.
That I get. Although it's been a trope for so many action movies already. Save the little girl.
Leon, the
but-
professional, we have you to thank for this.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a trope, but it works, I guess. And at least that gave us a semblance of humanity in 6.
Sierra 6.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh well.
That little soft spot, always for the little girl.
Well, here's the thing. There's like 23 Gray Man books that they could adapt for a sequel. So,
Oh, really?
so I don't know which one they're going to choose. This isn't like Bridgerton where there's only so many, where, you know, like each book centers on a different sibling.
Uh-huh.
Here, in this case, apparently, you know, these books have been coming out like with multiple volumes every year. So I don't know how far they're going to take this.
From
Like, if
what
Bigger
may-
explosions and more
but-
drone shots.
No, for all we know, Ryan Gosling will be the Gray Man until his hair's gray.
from
I
what
don't
I
know.
know about this movie, they did not directly adapt any of the books. They pulled
Right.
different elements from
Yes.
all the different books
Yes.
to create something in itself.
Mhm,
But I mean, I guess we might see some familiar characters from the books for those who've read the
Chris
books.
Evans won't be there because
He's super dead.
I mean, like, I couldn't understand why he would go toe to toe, you know, in a one-on-one MMA match with CR6 with 2 missing fingers, let alone punch him with that hand.
I know. Wait, you know what
I was
was
like-
funny? Before he got into a fight with Ryan Gosling in a fountain, minus his 2 fingers on his left
in a
hand,
fountain within a maze.
within a
Yes.
maze.
Yes. Yes.
So
So European.
He brings the little girl into the maze to lure Ryan Gosling in, right?
Mhm.
He's already got a couple of fingers blown off. He's had a flare burn half of his back off. He's got like a million scratches. He's been shot, but you know, he's still bringing the girl into the maze. And at some point, he stops to undo his laces. Which hand is he using? Is it the gun hand? Because he doesn't have fingers on the other one to do it with.
I do not
Why is
know.
the girl not running away?
No,
Or-
I think those laces weren't his. Because he's a douchebag. He would not wear boots. He would wear loafers.
Oh, right. He did have loafers, so he was doing
So-
her laces.
Yes. She was undoing. Dude, he fought fucking Shara 6, you know, in fucking loafers and chino pants.
While
With
standing
his ankle
in,
scene.
standing
so
in 12
fucking
inches of
impressive.
water.
That is impressive. With 2
Fine.
missing fingers.
Fine. Yep.
Torg Stash is officially my favorite character in this movie.
He is.
Officially my favorite character in this movie.
He understood
Oh.
the assignment clearly.
Yeah.
Yes, and
he's
also did the bonus assignment.
Mm. It's like he brought
he
that
really
element
did.
of fun, which was kind of missing from everyone else.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not mad at how seriously they took their roles. I mean, that if that's their character, then fine. Well, Narcos guy kind of wasn't serious to me. He looked like a straight up cartoon character.
Yes, he did.
Dude,
with
with
a
that
crazy
headpiece.
face.
Yes. So the two
Yeah.
of them were the cartoony ones, which I'm not mad at. So okay lang.
See, Indian Assassin was kind of like cartoony for me.
A little bit too.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But he
a
had
little
some kind of weird dignity thing going, so that was cool. That was cool.
bit. Yeah, it was cool until you remember that he did it all for money.
I think everyone in this movie was having a better time than Ryan Gosling, though. He was like super
true.
serious.
That's true. Or maybe it's the character, but it's fine. Even Billy
Yeah.
I
Bob
don't know.
Thornton was having fun.
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton, I think, he's
Yeah.
like in the Michael Caine section of his
Yeah.
career where he's just going to
Yeah.
enjoy himself in anything
I
know,
now.
Every
He's
time
like,
I see Billy Bob Thornton, it's like Billy Bob Thornton. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, at least in this one, okay, he wasn't cartoony, but he's at that age where he can play that cool lolo. Not like
Yeah,
the super
yeah, I agree.
senile. Not senile enough to not be able to do any fight sequences or torture scenes, but he's at that right age where you're old enough to be a well-respected person in the industry and still do cool shit.
That's true. That's true.
That's where he's at right now. So I appreciated him.
Me too. Where he's the kind of guy who will sell out his best agent, but he has the decency to tell his best agent that he's selling him out. So, that's
And I
very kind of him.
I think in this world, they also know that Six is so invincible that even when Chris Evans threatens him that, I'm gonna kill your niece if you don't order the men to kill Ryan Gosling, and which he does for his niece. But it's like he actually knew that they wouldn't be able to kill him anyway. That's why he just went through with it.
Kind of, sort of. At some point, they said he just killed 30 of the best assassins in the world.
Wow.
Nothing's going to stop this guy. And come on, he literally beats up a guy for his parachute while falling out of a plane.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
I found that funny. I don't know, in a kind of brutal way.
Because in another Russo movie, the last time I saw somebody jump out of a plane without a parachute was Captain America, who landed on a shield.
That is true. That is true.
Well, for the sequel, literally the only people I'm looking forward to seeing are Ryan Gosling, Ana de Armas, and Regé-Jean Page and Jessica Henwick. Because like Chris Evans' character is dead, unfortunately.
Yes.
And
Damn it.
and Maurice, the cool Lola, the cool CIA Lola, who used to be Billy Bob Thornton's colleague, is dead too. She went out in such a cool way, by the way. Can I just say?
For sure.
Although I don't know how strong of a gas system she has in her kitchen for the explosion to be that big. Like I can just imagine it's probably just like some sort of fire, but I don't know. The whole floor exploded. Okay, I'm not gonna question it.
Hey, for all we know, it's, maybe she keeps tanks of gas in her apartment. We don't know.
But
I don't know.
maybe it's Prague. It's an old building. We don't know.
Maybe. But she
lot of
went
things
out
we don't
really
know.
cool. I would like to go out from this world as badass as she did. Just with a cigarette, making a coffee in a mocha pot, and just blowing up a shit ton of people.
For one, I'm glad that, if it's going to be a franchise, there's just something I can watch where I can just unwind and not think about a lot of the crazy things happening in real life. So an escape.
It was good escapism.
Yeah. And hopefully points for improvement for the sequel, as we've already mentioned. I hope they take more risks because this was a very run-of-the-mill action movie. Maybe Ryan Gosling and Ana de Armas can actually improve on their chemistry as just flesh out their characters a little bit. I'd like to see that. I want to see Regé-Jean Page be a bigger asshole in this one. In the next one.
With actual motive.
Yeah.
I found his motives to be really weak.
Yeah, they just said that he was using the CIA as his own personal hit squad. And then
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the ball to drop. But there was nothing.
Parang what else does he have planned? Oh, wala lang. Okay.
I see.
All right, you're hot and you're named Carmichael. That very respectable last name of somebody who went to Harvard. You have to say it like
how many
Harvard.
Times? Wait, let's play it. Let's watch this movie again, play a drinking game, and take a shot every time somebody says from Harvard.
Oh my god. I think Jessica Henwick gets in on it. I'm like, what the hell, man?
I want her to have the last laugh somehow, somewhere in the sequel.
I want to see more of her.
I want to see her go on a mission. That would be cool.
Oh yeah. Regé-Jean Page too. I would.
No, she's a paper pusher, I think. But she might surprise us in the sequel.
Probably.
But I like the fact that there's a new franchise where we have a central character that, to go about, and then there's a rotating cast of characters around him, except douchebag porn stash Chris Evans.
I'm so sad unless he just magically happens to not be dead. I think that is a resurrection story I will accept just to see him again.
I'm honestly surprised it took Ryan Gosling this long to get an action franchise, because Drive doesn't count. Drive is great, but it's not an action franchise thing.
Actually, that is a good point. Because you have the other Ryan,
right?
And then you have the Chris's who are all in superhero movies.
So it was only a matter of time before Gosling either put on a super suit or got a license to kill. So
he puts on neon in the next movie he's gonna be in.
Oh my god, he's Ken.
Yes.
And Chris Evans actually calls him a Ken doll in this movie.
Yes. Oh yeah, he did.
Meta. So meta.
I wonder if they're aware of the Ken.
Probably knew.
Most likely.
They probably did.
I wonder if they had to skirt around him using that, but they just decided to just use it.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was
Well,
you see, there are actually parts of this movie that are okay.
Yeah, and although action-wise, the bar wasn't set very high, but for the sequel, they better get equally as pretty people for the new characters. That's my
Right.
that's my biggest expectation.
That's a tall order.
Right? Right.
That's a-
Chris
Mhm.
Evans. Hello.
Pucha, Ana de Armas pa lang eh. It's like, and then the Ryan Gosling is a pretty man. Chris Evans is obviously a pretty man. Jessica Henwick, and of course, Renee Jean Page. Reggae Jean Page.
Who would you cast in the sequel? Fine, as long as we're going on about pretty people. Call it out.
The best
Who would you?
episode ever.
Who do you want to see? What pretty people do you want to see shooting at each other in The Gray Man 2?
Margot Robbie already has a license to kill, so I could deal with her in this movie, and then it would be something because you'd see Ken and Barbie shooting people also. So Margot Robbie, there's Margot Robbie. That's one.
There's no way I can top that scenario.
Oh, I want Simone Ashley as the head of the British Secret
Wow.
Service.
MI6.
Ang
Simone Ashley in MI6. Yes, that can work. That can work.
And you know what? For once, you guys outdid your suggestions, and I can't think of anyone better. This is new for me.
Oh, nga, no?
I mean, as in, wala akong maisip na yun.
I think the amount of hot people in this movie kind of overloaded your senses. I think.
Nagmamalfunction ako today, parang iniisip ko pa lang kung gaano kadaming hot people na nandito.
Yeah. Okay, so before you malfunction any further, I just wanted to ask you guys if you would recommend this movie for our listeners.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I would recommend this.
Yeah, it was still fun. I mean, okay, pretty people aside, it's not...
Liar.
It's not...
No, she's not lying. She's just saying that, setting aside her main reason for watching.
Okay. Sige.
True.
Let's hear this.
Hindi. I watched because we have great friends over at Netflix who ever so nicely convinced us to. Thank you guys. But
I love the bag.
yun tuloy what were we saying?
Okay.
If you would recommend it. Pretty people aside. Pretty people aside.
Parang hindi ko magawa. Hindi ko mag-set aside.
Sige.
Oh my God.
Sige, fine. Pretty people aside, this movie is totally one that I saw.
I
That
don't know.
we also.
I feel like we enjoyed it more than Misha did. Anjo, I feel.
I feel like,
Maybe.
yes. You also may have enjoyed it more than I did.
I enjoyed it the most.
Probably.
I can't
Because,
say many bad things about it.
Yeah, so tell us again how pretty people aside, what other reason did you enjoy this movie for?
I'll give you a clue, Mai. Drone shots.
Kailangan may assist. Well, I honestly thought it was really fun because prior to even considering all the impossible things that happened, because I knew I was getting into an action movie. I knew it was one where the lead guy won't die. I know that even if he gets shot or stabbed multiple times, he'll still be okay. Alam mo yun? I just came into the movie with those expectations, and all physics aside, I just enjoyed it. Period. So yes, I definitely recommend it for an afternoon. Something light, something fun. I'm trying not to say because of the pretty people, but I really can't escape that fact. So
Just
yes.
say it.
If that's what you
many pretty
enjoyed.
Just say it.
Fine. It's literally the best thing about it. I'm so grateful. Like, just going through EDSA and seeing that billboard. Na billboard palang Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling, and Ana de Armas in one photo. Like, damn, I was sold. And then I realized that Reggae Jean Page was in it too. I was like, oh my God. Hello, Mr. Bridgerton. And then Jessica Henwick's in there too. So like, woo, my brain, it just exploded.
I kind of expected you would enjoy it just because Reggae Jean Page was there. I was like, huh. Then I saw the
Na-surprise
trailer.
nga ako at that point eh. Like, I was already, my expectations were set knowing that I will have a very good thirst portion on the episode with just the three. And then Reggae Jean Page pops up and I'm like, holy shit! Oh my God.
And you forgave him for speaking American in this one.
His last name is Carmichael and he goes to Harvard. It makes up for the lack of the accent.
How about you, Misha? Would you recommend it?
Honestly, yeah, I would. I actually would. Just make sure you set your expectations before you go in. It's not the best example of a genre, but again, it's a fun way to kill a couple of hours and to see pretty people doing impossible things. If you expect anything more from it than that, then that's on you, just to be honest.
Parang ikaw yung hindi mag-e-enjoy.
Oo.
I-enjoy mo na lang.
I don't. Yeah, I have the same sentiments. It's brainless fun. If you had a long day from work, it's the perfect movie to escape to. Kasi let porn stash live through porn stash vicariously. Kasi he's the one blowing stuff up,
I
killing
swear.
people.
He's the
Diba?
best.
So,
Even just like little gags such as like seeing all his men dead and he's just like calling them out for being stupid and not getting
Morons!
yeah.
And then he kicks the dead body and shoots it multiple times.
I mean, like, talk about kicking a man when he's down. Should be
Literally.
changed to kicking a man when he's dead for porn stash. The fact na may porn stash siya, panalo na eh.
Guys, the fact that we were given fake mustaches for the PR package, gago.
I still owe you a picture.
That was for our disguises.
Thank you for the I know. And we have costumes for October already. Thank you once again to our friends at Netflix and AdPub Hub. Thank you, Isa, for remembering us once again. We really enjoyed this movie. I really enjoyed this movie.
Clearly.
And I think I want to watch it again.
Mm-hmm. All
Yes.
right. I think you have our... I think Mahi's been very clear about how much he enjoyed this movie.
Tama na.
Yes, I think that's a wrap for this episode. Welcome back, Misha. We're so happy you're back here.
Welcome back.
Thanks, guys.
And once again, we are the
Yay.
Sub-Auteurs. My name is Anjo.
I'm
I'm
Mai.
Misha. God damn it. Sorry.
He's excited that he's back.
I am. And my front.
Ooh, something I hope for the franchise is that they, I don't know, have some sort of better soundtrack and a theme song so I can sing through whoever does the outro. But I can't do that right now. So Angela, just
That's
say
true.
our socials. Damn it!
Thank you so much again for listening to us. Once again, we are the Sub-Auteurs. Catch us on our socials, on our Instagram at Sub-Auteurs Podcast, on our Facebook page at Sub-Auteurs Podcast as well, and our Facebook groups. If you have any suggestions for any movies you want us to review,
And non-douchey reviews. Just saying.
If you want us to review any movies or any suggestions, TV shows or whatnot, message us or catch us on our Facebook groups. We, Sub-Auteurs, we love movies.
Yay!
Again. Sub-Auteurs, we love movies. Naghang ako.
Naghang ka na rin dahil sa mga pretty people na nandito.
Yes.
Pretty people.
Yes.
For some strange reason, I found Jessica Henwick so much hotter than Ana de Armas in this movie, though.
Really?
Short hair,
Well, she
I don't
does
know.
look so
There was
hot with
just
short hair.
something
power
with
suits.
the power suit and the short hair that like appealed to me more than Ana de Armas' character.
And like Boss Lady, hello, CIA
Right.
agent from Harvard.
Sabi ko, since when did a power suit fucking turn me on?
But Ana de Armas, though, started off with a power suit. And it's like,
She did.
Yes,
And then that was the end of it.
In
What's with
Thailand.
all the good suits here? Ana de Armas wore a nice suit.
It's to make up for Sierra
the-
6's lack thereof.
Okay.
He really was the least colorful agent in this movie.
Hey,
Everyone-
everyone gray man eh. There's a reason why it's the gray
Oh
man.
my God!
Okay.
Diba?
Okay.
Oh, diba?
Wow,
Guys,
it's so
come on.
deep.